So let's start there, Noor. It was the story of the day today. Roaring Kitty posts on X, GameStop rips. What did you make of it?
I just immediately knew as soon as I saw that tweet that retail trading is back and we're going to see more volatility than ever these next couple days.
So, Noor, that's interesting because we've been sort of debating here, like, was this just a sort of one-off excitement and then it's going to fade? It sounds like you don't think so.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think we've actually seen the buildup for today's activity over the past 2 weeks. And even just 3 days ago when we were talking about DFE liking a tweet for the first time in 3 years. So there's precedence and there's been a lot of buildup to this moment, to today.
Are you saying, or you think the activity continues in GameStop, or no, it's going to shift to other names?
I think GameStop is definitely going to be the stronghold. That's what we've seen in previous explosions of retail excitement. But that's definitely going to spill out into other stocks. We saw AMC today up almost 80%, even more than GameStop, really. So I think you'll see both. You'll see GameStop explode, and you'll see the others explode in sync with it.
Noor, I'm really curious, as someone who does what you do in terms of, and that's your sort of side thing here, that you moderate Wall Street Bets. What did your day today look like after that came through this morning?
It's chaos. I saw the DFB's tweet yesterday, and I just knew, wow, tomorrow is going to be an intense day. I took the day off, and I've honestly just been looking at Reddit all day, hanging out in Discord and making sure that the millions of people that are visiting our subreddit, our community, are having a good time, having a good experience.
So, okay, and are people super psyched? Are you seeing an uptick in volume? Are there people who've sort of been on the sidelines for a while who now saw this and came flooding back to the platform and back to the markets?
Absolutely. We're seeing a huge uptick everywhere. So page views are up, uniques are up. We're seeing more people tossing money at the market. We're seeing people post we call them YOLOs, and their gains, people taking profits, people throwing all those profits back into the market. Every stock you can name, we've been seeing elevated levels of activity on them today. So I think this is just the beginning, though.
Do you, Noor, though, and we've been talking to different guests about this today too, so I want to get your take. Do you look at what's going on in GME today, and it's some broader tell to you about some serious trend or theme in the market? It's telling you something about risk appetite ramping, or do you see it, Noor, for most people, do you think it's more just fun? It's something to do. It's entertaining.
I think definitely people are having a ton of fun, but it comes down to really just people seeing more opportunity in the market. We've been sitting on quite a bull run for these past couple months. SPY is at all-time highs. People want to take some money off the table, realize those gains, and toss them back into riskier plays. I think that's what we're seeing.
Noor, can you tell us, and Josh sort of asked this, but if you can expand a little bit, like, is there buzz around other stocks as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just coming fresh off the AI hype cycle. Now we're going right back into the meme stocks. So I think you're going to see all meme stocks move together. And really, I think this just shifts a broader shift towards, narrative economics. Can companies tell their story in a compelling way and really engage with their shareholder user base? So we'll see both a trend from investor appetite for those kinds of companies, and hopefully a shift in companies and how they manage their investor relations.
I mean, the irony of this, though, is that GameStop is not doing that, Noor, at all. They don't talk to anybody, right? They don't have conference calls. If they do have conference calls, they don't ask questions. There's not a lot of transparency around what they do. Why do people still love GameStop?
That's a good question. I think you can look at companies that over-communicate and companies that under-communicate. People believe that GameStop has a plan and is executing on that plan. We're seeing them swing from tremendous losses in previous years to actually a net profit last year. Although it was small, we're seeing their underlying business kind of grow and trend closer towards green. And I think in the absence of their Q&A and answering those hard questions, people are coming up with their own narratives. And so narrative economics doesn't necessarily mean the company has to create the narrative, but that narrative is being created. And that's why it's so important to stay close to the source, close to social media for these stocks.
Yeah, I love that. Narrative economics. Quickly, Noor, I'm curious, given you saying that, are you a believer in the GameStop story, and do you have the shares?
Absolutely. Today is just day one. We saw plus 80% today. Who knows, or 75% today. Who knows what tomorrow will hold?